Everybody, this is CB Smallwood, and you're watching Wildcat Behind the Page. I had to think about it there for a second. and anyway, let me fill you in on what I've been doing and all this other stuff. And then after I get done talking, I'll show you guys the progress that I've made since the last video, okay? So if you just bear with me for a second or a minute or two, we'll actually show some art later on in the video. First of all, no, this isn't the Christmas special. I'm froze to death. I'm just freezing. My feet are so cold. So cold. Like temperatures dropped outside just a little bit. And like, you know, every room in the house is fairly warm except for my office. It's not that well insulated, you know. And the first thing that freezes is always my feet. My feet are the first to go. So if I ever took a trip to the Antarctic or Antarctica or something like that, I would imagine that my feet would be the first to get frostbit, or it would be this hand right here that I broke, you know, some years ago. And actually, I think I re-broke it and fixed a circulation issue in it. So who knows? But all that's neither here nor there. So I'm wearing this hat on my head for warmth. Okay, so that stuff out of the way. Again, you're not watching a Christmas special. Let's see. I've had quite a bit of progress these past couple of days. You know, as you know, I did the mock-up colors, not the final colors, but the mock-up colors for the cover, you know, to kind of get an idea of what everything could look like. And I got a lot of great feedback, and I really appreciate you all sticking with me post 100s. So that's pretty cool. I just want to say thank you to everybody. And also got the colors, messing around with that stuff, and I've now got the cover, page 1 and then page 2 inked. So I'm ready to start on page 3. Start inking it. And I'm looking forward to that because I think that's going to be a pretty good page inked. It's very bare bones, but in my head, I know that once it's colored, I think everybody else will see why I like that page so much. You know, because sometimes the absence of something, you know, people don't see the full picture. And the creator or artist who's working on a project, they have it in their head. And so once the book is finished and everything's colored, people will be like, oh, I see what CB was talking about with that third page. Well, the colors really did make it pop. Now, yeah, that's a really cool looking page. And I guess really that's about it. The only other comments I really got to make about how things are going and stuff like that. I guess you all heard the news about the YouTube stuff. For those that were interested or care about that, basically they're making it a little bit harder to get monetized, be part of the YouTube partner program, you know, to make money. They're making it a little bit harder for smaller channels. But really the requirements that they've ushered in, I think, really don't really affect smaller channels that much because, at least I don't think so. Because most people that are smaller channels don't really make money anyway, or much money, so. But the whole statement that they gave about why they're making the requirements harder to make money on YouTube was kind of wishy-washy, you know. So I thought that was kind of like a little interesting news bit. It doesn't really affect me because I'm like at the main bottom of the pile, of the YouTube pile, so it really doesn't matter. But it does make it a little bit more difficult on myself, you know. But I'm not going to go into all the details about that, you know, as far as like trying to climb the YouTube ladder, you know. Yeah. Only other thing I got to mention is I put out a video about Dark Horse Comics. Is it in trouble and stuff? And it did reasonably all right. And I want to mention, you know, every once in a while I'll throw an oddball video out. And so if you guys and gals don't like those videos, rest assured that I'll still be making my art videos. Okay, so you can just ignore those other videos if you don't like them, and the art videos are here to stay. They're still coming. But I'm just trying different things to draw people in, and I'm also trying to do different stuff to keep my interest, you know, to keep me motivated. And I really want to upload a lot more, and I have to stop myself, you know, because I want to give you all a chance to actually watch what I've put out, you know. And last but not least, I found that uploading every 3 days is pretty good. I think that's a pretty good schedule there. I think most everybody that will take the time to watch my videos, I think 3 days is a good span to give everybody a chance to watch my videos and to not be overwhelmed with video, you know, every single day. Because I don't think, you know, the videos that I make as of right now are hot stuff to where you want to watch them every single day, you know. I think my videos are the type of videos that you want to watch every other day, you know. That's just me. That's my opinion. That aside, let's go ahead and let's get into the meat and potatoes, and let me show you the progress that I made with the inks. Okay, here we are with the inks, and it kind of looks like it's not inked the way the lighting is hitting it, but if you turn it, you can see the inks. Nothing really fancy. A lot of the pencils were kind of just like, you know, farted on in the first place, so my inks kind of reflect that. You know, but I think once this stuff is colored, it's going to look a lot better, you know. And I like how this turned out. I think this page turned out pretty good, you know. Or not page, panel. I'm terrible with English. The inks on this tree is so-and-so, you know, but still, the tree looks cool overall. My only problem with this panel is the guys that are, they're all facing this one direction. They look like they're taking a whiz. But the idea was I want people to pay more attention to what's happening here than what's happening in the background. Did I pull that off? I don't know. In this panel, I think you know, I'm a little bit happier with, you know, the way I inked her and how her face turned out a little bit better. You know, I still have some qualms with how I rendered the fox in this, but still, you know, it's cool. I added, you know, well, I already did it in the pencils, but here's the little mud spots and stuff like that. So that's what that is, or supposed to be. Down here, again, I got artsy fartsy. Instead of like blackening out the background, I decided just to change it up and just do a bunch of lines. And, you know, I like how this panel's turned out. It's a pretty cool panel, I think. It's nothing fancy to write home about, but, you know. And on the last panel, you'll notice that I didn't fully ink it, you know, because I didn't ink the thump 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 and this back here. But that stuff will take a second, and my feet and stuff are so cold that it's hard to concentrate, and I don't want to mess up the lettering too bad when I go to ink it, so I need to make sure that my feet are toasty and warm so I can be able to ink this stuff the way it's supposed to. And then I got to figure out, do I want to line this, line, or do I just want to black it out, make it a black background? So there's a question about that. You know, I'll figure that out in a second or two, you know. And yeah, a quick scan of the page so you can look at it. And of course, you know, the inks on this page, I am satisfied with, but I'm not quite happy with. You know, it's I think it's more or less not so much an inking issue as it is not happy with the pencils. You know. But what can you do, right? You can only do better next time. Oh, did you looky here? Look at this. Black Sabbath. Sabotage. If anybody likes rock or metal, get this album. You know, I already have this album actually. I bought it over 10 years ago or more at Big Lots. And yeah, it's awesome. This is a great Black Sabbath album, by the way. It's great. And then here's the last album Black Sabbath did in the 70s or whenever it was with Ozzy Osbourne. You know, this is an alright album too, you know. It's different. No, wait a minute. I don't think this is the last album, is it? Was it Technical Ecstasy? I think Technical Ecstasy was the last album with Ozzy. But this is a good album too. I could be wrong about that, but whatever. As far as like what the last album was. But yeah, I got these at Walmart, so I'm happy with these little purchases. So, Black Sabbath aside, you know, on a little tangent. And I still got to get Volume 4 to add to my collection. Here's page 3, and we've seen these pencils before, but I think when I go to ink this, it's going to look wonderful. And of course I got to go in and add my borders because, you know, I didn't do that during the pencil stage. But once I add the borders in, the ink should come fairly quickly on this one. And man, once this is colored, I think it's going to look pretty cool. Pretty cool. So, that's it. That's what I got for you. And I appreciate everybody taking the time to watch this video. As always, if you like this, if you enjoyed this or whatever, please remember to give it a good thumbs up. If you got any ideas, suggestions, or comments, please leave them down in the comment section below. I do read each and every single comment you guys leave me, and I appreciate every views that I get. And please give me about a week or two, and I will write you guys back. It just takes... You know, I'm lazy, and then I'm also trying to work on this stuff too, so I get a little behind on replying to people. And last but not least, if you really enjoy these videos, please remember to subscribe and follow to be kept up to date to more. As always, this is CB Smallwood, and you've been watching Wildcat Behind the Page. I was getting ready to say something else. You guys know it was. Until next time, I'll be here. I'll be drawing. I'll see you then.